Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my full moon reading. The next full moon that we are going to have, it's going to be on the 31st of January 2018, and yes, this is the second full moon this month, and this is incredible. When we have a second full moon in the same month, it is a rather significant time because it is all about the balance, and it's all about the fact that the next full moon is going to be very powerful. The next full moon is going to be very powerful, but because when we have two consecutive full moons in the same month, it means that our levels of energy, our levels of positive energies are actually going to be increased. And together with the fact that Leo, it's all about ambitious. Leo, it's all about energy. It's all about power. It's all about strength. It's all about energy. It's all about motivation. It's all about ambition. It is an incredible, incredible sign. Leo is all about coming out of our shells. It's finding a new direction in life, moving on from a square number 1 to a square number 2. Leo is also ruled by Sun, and the Sun is all about us, our spirituality, our spiritual journey, our own personal realization about our own spiritual journey. How far have we come, and what else we need to do in order to just get on and carry on with our spiritual journey? Which lessons have we learned so far? Which lessons do we need to learn again? It is a really important time because the Sun and the Leo, they represent both our ego and our spiritual side, our spiritual way of thinking, our emotions, our intuition. And putting these two things together, this is absolutely an amazing, amazing, amazing combination. What can I say? This time, the actual full moon that is going to occur on the 31st of January 2018, as I already said, is a second full moon this month, which will increase the levels of our positive energies, which will on another hand have an amazing impact on us, on our way of thinking, and especially when it comes to our career, especially when it comes to our finances, especially when it comes to our ambitions. This is the time to just do things you wanted to do. If you wanted to make a big step or have a big step like in your life with your career direction, or if you wanted to make certain changes with your career direction and things like that, this is absolutely perfect time, because not only that this time is going to re-energize us when it comes to our intuition, when it comes to our certain choices in life, when it comes to our job, when it comes to our career. This is all about rediscovering ourselves through this particular journey, rediscovering ourselves and discovering ourselves again, discovering our new potential, discovering our new happiness. Yes, yes, yes. This will shake us up. At the end of the day, this energy will shake us up in such a way that the bottom line here is going to be the fact that we are just going to rediscover ourselves. And what do I mean by rediscovering ourselves? I mean, of course, rediscovering things that are making us happy, rediscovering things that are motivating us, rediscovering things that can make us even more successful, rediscovering again our own inner voice, rediscovering again our own spirituality, rediscovering again things that we like that we forgot doing, rediscovering again things that we used to be really happy doing, in our childhood. And it's just things that used to make us happy. And it's not only things that used to make us happy, but it's also rediscovering a new way in life, rediscovering a whole new path in life, because this is the way it's going to influence us at the end. This current moon in Leo, it's going to help us to rediscover ourselves, and by rediscovering ourselves, our feelings, our emotions, our spirituality, we are going to set ourselves on a whole new journey. And never mind the confidence and the energy that we are going to have. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. If you do want to start things like especially new things, considering like that are like something to do with your career, with your finances, starting something big, starting something new, starting something important. Try to do it on the 31st of January at around this day. As I have already mentioned, the full moon is on the 31st, but it's not only on the actual full moon. The full moon is very powerful on the actual full moon, of course, but it's 3 days before on the full moon and 3 days after. This energy is really, really enhanced. So it's not only about the actual full moon, but it's about all these days around that are also as significant. And this is why I think it's really important to start things that you wanted to start in a really long time, but maybe you didn't have a confidence. If you want to sign something really big, start something really new, big, and something really important, try to do it on this particular day, or try to do it on this particular days, because it is going to be very significant. And also, if you wanted to go for something really important, like new job, or something that required you to be very confident, something that required you to feel very powerful and to be very confident above all. So anything that you needed the confidence and that you felt that you never had the confidence, or you didn't have the confidence to do it, you know what, just listen to me, please. Do it on this particular day, on the 31st of January, or do it at around this time. You may feel like, oh, you still haven't got this particular confidence. Let's say you need to go and start like a new job, like something different that you have never done before, and you were always paranoid to go for an interview or something like that. Oh, you haven't got experience, you haven't got experience. Trust me, even if you haven't got experience, it is going to work. You are going to come across really, really important. You're going to come across very, very confident. You're going to come across very, very interesting. But above all, within you, you're going to feel amazingly powerful and amazing strength that you are going to have. And you may not even realize this is what's so wonderful and what's so amazing about it, because you can get all this energy, you can feel all this energy, but you cannot still feel up to that certain extent where you can have that little push and you can go, I'm telling you this, I'm your little push, I'm your little messenger, I'm telling you that this is something that you should do. And if you wanted to do some big change like that, even if you don't feel ready, the power of the beautiful full moon in Leo is that even if you don't feel ready, there is the beautiful energy around you. There is an amazing energy around you. There is such a confidence within you. There is such a power and strength within you that as soon as you go there, and let's say you still feel like not really confident, and as soon as you sit down and let's say you start talking to that particular person who's really important or something like that, you will amaze yourself. And as soon as you open your mouth, you will amaze yourself. As soon as you start talking, you will amaze yourself. As soon as you start communicating, you will simply amaze yourself. You just must think really positive. Think really positive. Do not lock all the door behind you. Power of thinking, power of thinking, power of our mind. You do know our mind is the energy. Energy, energy, energy. Whatever we think, we project. And if we think like really negatively, if we think in a really negative way, then that means that this is what we are going to project, and that's the wrong thing to do. And if we think in a negative way before even the interview starts, sometimes we just lock all our door around us and we can't find the key, you see. But with the power of Leo, full moon in Leo, even if you are thinking a little bit negatively, Leo is just going to grab that key and unlock every single door around you within 1 second. And that's why I think that this is so important, because it's going to balance things out. For the things that you didn't have a confidence to do, just go for it. This full moon is all about it, and it's going to be absolutely, absolutely important. And what else is going to happen? Basically, it is the creation. You will be very creative. You will want to create. This is all about being really creative. You will also like do lots of changes in the home. You will want to do certain changes in your home. You will want to, like, maybe if you haven't done your garden in a long time, you will want to change your garden. If you didn't paint in a long time, you will want to paint your house. But even if you don't start painting, you will kind of start thinking about, you will start thinking about these particular changes. This is all that comes with this particular creativity that on another hand is going to be like a literal rebirth, and it's just going to have absolutely amazing impact on every single one of us, every single sign indeed. And there is a lot that it's going to unfold, a lot is going to unfold about ourselves, a lot is going to be a lot is going to start unfolding, that it's just going to surprise us, that the certain directions that we're going to go towards, that we're going to feel drawn toward, that we want to go towards but we just wouldn't feel drawn towards these changes, like just maybe like about a few weeks earlier. And this is what the power of this full moon is going to bring: an unfoldment of beautiful things, an unfoldment of our own energy, an unfoldment of our own power, an unfoldment of our own strength, an unfoldment of our own realization about life and our own personal mission, our own personal spiritual journey. And it is going to be absolutely wonderful. I cannot even explain how important this is going to be. Even if you feel this, even if you don't feel that particular energy, even if you don't feel like super energized, just remember that whatever you do, the positivity is just going to be bursting out of you. Whatever you start, even if you don't know what to say, you're just going to be singing along like a little opera singer, like absolutely beautifully perfect. And this is why I think that this is so important. On another hand, what else I was going to say, that this full moon in Leo, it's also going to bring a change. It is going to bring a change that is going to come as in form of the end of the certain stage or certain era of our lives. There's the certain stage that is going to come to an end. There's a certain stage of our lives that is actually going to come to an end, and that particular certain stage that is going to come to an end, we very, very quickly we're going to realize that as soon as that comes to an end, or when it comes to an end, there is going to be a swift change, a really quick change. After that change, there is the new strength, a new power, and a new confidence that is going to come through, and that confidence is going to make us start planning things about the future. But you will start planning them in such a way as you will start including lots of other things that you didn't include before. You will start including lots of other bits and pieces that you didn't include before, and it's going to become very colorful, and it's going to become very interesting, and it's just going to bring a more motivation. There is the certain problem that is going to come back, the certain problem that was preventing you from moving on in your life. That problem is going to also be connected to your feelings, also going to be connected to emotions, because there is something is also going to change when it comes to the feelings, when it comes to the emotions, when it comes to the relationships. For some of us, our relationships are going to go to the next level, and to some of us, maybe our relationships are just going to have to like kind of deal with a certain burden or deal with a certain problems in order to move on from square number 1 to square number 2. However, there are going to be very obvious certain changes when it comes to the relationships, and also there is going to be the certain karma attached to the relationships that is going to be needed to work on in order to get to the next stage, next step of these relationships. And also on another hand, a very good time for single people. Full moon in Leo is absolutely perfect time for single people, because this is the time when people are going to socialize. This is the time when people are going to be very energetic. This is the time when people are going to be very creative. People are going to in general socialize with people, so this is absolutely perfect time if you do want to meet someone new. You see, at around this full moon in Leo, this is just an amazing confidence, an amazing power, an amazing attraction that you are going to have. There's that certain sexuality that you are going to have. It's just basically people are going to be able to notice you, for example, being very charming, being very sexy, being very very beautiful in that particular way. You see, being very attractive, where you want to be attractive, people will be able to notice this. And that's why I'm saying that this is so important time, because it comes from within. So wherever you feel a confidence, you know, this energy is just going to literally highlight it. If you think you have a beautiful eyes, sexy eyes, you know, your energy is just automatically going to highlight your eyes even more, and this is just going to bring people even closer to you that you want to meet. And it's extremely important time for singles indeed, because it is just, there are going to be opportunities to meet so many people. But it's not only that, it's about the fact that we are going to be meeting lots of people, we are going to be out and about, we are going to be meeting with old friends, we are going to be going places and starting new things and things like that. So it's absolutely wonderful. On another hand, what else I was going to say, that this full moon in Leo, it's also going to, this is probably the most interesting thing, that this full moon in Leo is actually going to bring the situation, the certain situation is going to manifest, that it's going to absolutely blow you away. It is going to surprise you. It is going to come out of the blue. This particular situation is just, you wouldn't even expect it. It is just going to manifest just out of the blue, and it's going to come in our lives with a boom. And that particular situation is going to make us realize just out of the blue again that there is a certain turning point in life we need to have, and this certain point is really important because something will need to change, something will need to go. There's a big part of our lives that will require change. To some people this can be maybe even addiction, to some people this can even be like maybe working too many hours, to some people this can be like realization why you're so unhappy, to some people this can even be like maybe coming out of the bad or negative relationship. You know, it all depends. However, this big turning point is going to manifest just very suddenly out of the blue, and it's gonna shake us up a little bit. And the way we're gonna be shaked up, every single one of us is just going to be chucked in a certain way. Every single one of us is going to end up in a different place. Every single one of us is going to end up in a different space. And this is because every single one of us is on a different spiritual journey. And this particular turning point that we are going to have after we are actually all end up in a different places, we're all going to end up with a different little mission in life. And this is going to happen on the 31st and at around this time of the full moon in Leo, which is just on another hand going to bring something really wonderful. And this is going to be connected to the fact that there is a big change need to happen in order for you to move on and to feel life as it is. Very important for those of you who were just kind of dragging with certain things in your life and you didn't do any changes, if you were just hoping there are going to be changes. Well, now this turning point is going to happen in such a way that it's going to make you realize the certain part of your life need to be cut out, certain part of your life need to go, certain part of your life need to disappear, certain part of your life simply came to an end. And as soon as you realize that, as soon as you deal with this, as soon as we all deal with this, we can go on the next stage of our life. And the next stage of our life after this point is just going to bring something new direction, and it's going to have a brilliant reflection on our work, on our career, and our finances. If you are retired, for example, it's just going to have an absolutely wonderful impact on your finances, and it's just going to make us feel like a secure. It's going to make us feel like now that we can relax, now we can chill out. Because remember, this turning point is also connected to the fact that we have been worrying about something deeply, worrying about a big problem, deep problem, terrible problem that was part of our lives for a really long time. So that's why this is all going to be connected, and at the end of the day it's going to have an amazing impact on all of us, you see. And so it's going to be fantastic influence and impact when it comes to work. People are going to be able to kind of relax and things like that. And also traveling when it comes to the full moon in Leo, we want to move on. We want to go somewhere, explore something, try something, go somewhere new. This is what Leo is all about. So we are going to be booking holidays away. We are going to be booking some kind of like a spiritual journeys away. We are going to be booking little time away, you know, even if it's like a couple of days, like in the nearest by village, or even if it's a couple of days, the little city break, or if you go for a week to Thailand or wherever you go. This is just going to be so important, because Leo is all about like energy, enjoying your life, being out there and just basically trying things, you know. And this is what is also going to happen. And it's very important to try to book a journey at this time, try to book a trip away this time. It doesn't have to be necessarily on the 31st of February on this full moon, but as soon as you book it at around this time or on this full moon, whenever you book this trip too, it still doesn't matter, because this energy is still going to be connected to this particular day, this particular time, which is going to be full moon of Leo. So that's why this is still going to be very spiritual. This is still going to be very significant trip journey away, which means that on another hand, while you're at this trip, while you're at this journey, or while you're coming back, or you know, while you're traveling, it depends. There's a certain spiritual message going to be waiting for all of us, and that particular spiritual message is going to be life-changing indeed. Another thing I want to say to you, why else is this full moon in Leo going to be very important? You know why? Because we're all going to realize that once we look at the things from a slightly different angle, you will see the whole new picture. And that new picture is going to be amazing. That new picture is going to be very colorful. That new picture is going to be very beautiful. And that new picture is just going to be the new beginning for all of us. Thank you ever so much for watching. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.